Hey everyone, this is Lauren. So here is my big second mind map. First, I want to say please ignore this. I was so far into this, I did not want to start over, but that is a mess up right there. So first, I obviously started with tests and measurements in the middle. And first, let's branch off to early testing. Obviously, we have phrenology, physiognomy, and the brass instruments era. I felt that Galton and Cattell were important to mention. Obviously, it went really in depth in the second lecture of week 6, 4 or so. And then I also have it highlighted and an asterisk next to it because there is a note down here that their basis of intelligence was related to sensory abilities. And then up here, after my first interview, I felt it was important to remember that these early testings, they're reliable, but they're not valid. This was really stressed to me, so it's being stressed to you guys now. But anyways, down below, I have some of the negative aspects of early testing, which ended up leading into the ethics and guidelines. Like the Belmont report, there's 3 of them. The APA ethical standards, 10, and then the responsibilities of the test publishers and test users. Now let's come back up here. I have the brass instruments, obviously influenced Charles Spearman. Charles Spearman, obviously we got the factor analysis and G from him along with the classical test theory. This led to Cattell, Horn, and Carroll theory, the CHC theory, which influenced and led to intelligence testing. But let's put a pause on that one because I want to come up here to clinical tests or clinical instruments right here. Obviously, we learned quite a bit about the SCLR 90 and the BDI, both brief clinical instruments and self-report instruments. And then obviously the interpretations, the total scores, cut scores, factor scores, and individual scores. Again, I have cut scores highlighted and asterisked because there is a note down here for me to remember that we may lower or raise cut scores to help on detection for diagnoses. And back to intelligence testing. Obviously, we have the Stanford Binet and the Wechsler. It is the gold standard, so I obviously put it in yellow and gold. Now, all of these clinical instruments, intelligence testing, and tests and measurements all lead to reliability and validity. And from there, I have the different types of reliability and validity. And then obviously the validity and what it measures, the specificity, sensitivity, predictive values, and the errors, the type 1, type 2. Yeah, I tried to make a lot more connections with this because one of the biggest criticisms I got from the first mind map was that I didn't have enough connections made. I also wrote another note for myself to remember reliability is first. I put reliability over validity for a reason, because you can't have a valid assessment without the assessment being reliable. So yeah, there is my second mind map. Thanks.